The death toll of the tragic military plane crash in Paticul, Sulu on Sunday has climbed to 52, including 49 soldiers. Evacuees in Laurel and Agoncillo, Batangas suffer from cough and colds as the Taal volcano continues to emit record high volumes of sulfur dioxide. Senator Bong Revilla is now off the hook after the Sandigan Bayan cleared him of his last graft charges over the pork barrel fund scam. Commuters get free train rides for 2 weeks as the LRT2 East Extension project opens to the public starting today. And in entertainment, RuPaul's Drag Race queen Manila Luzon teases the Philippines' first ever drag reality show. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Authorities are now investigating the military plane crash in Paticul, Sulu, which has killed 49 soldiers and 3 civilians. The armed forces insists that the C-130 aircraft that was used was in tip-top shape. Camille Samonte with the rest of that story.
The Armed Forces is now investigating the cause of the crash of a C-130 plane in Paticul, Sulu on Sunday. Retired General Restituto Padilla, who is a veteran combat pilot, cited several factors to consider. Padilla told Radyo 5 that it could be the environment, material condition of the plane, or human error.
Sa environment, ma-eliminate na po yan kasi nakita naman po natin na maganda yung panahon. So, kasama rin dyan yung material na tinatawag. So, yung status ng aeroplano, doon sa failure ng mga kagamitan sa loob, yun yung sa brake o yung reverse flap, hindi po natin alam kung ano ang contributing factor sa failure. Kaya po nagkakaroon ng contributing ng masusing investigation.
The crash is the 4th aerial accident involving Philippine military aircraft just this year. Earlier this month, 6 people on board a newly acquired Black Hawk helicopter were killed during a night training flight. That happened about 2 months after an MG-520 attack chopper figured in an accident, killing its pilot. In January this year, a refurbished UH-1H UA helicopter also crashed, killing 7 soldiers. More than 10 accidents involving military aircraft were recorded from 2011 to 2020. The most recent one involved a C-130 Hercules aircraft worth 1.54 billion pesos. The Philippines acquired the plane through the U.S. Foreign Military Financing Grant Program. It was intended to be used for territorial defense security as well as relief assistance in disaster response operations. The Armed Forces said it always extends all due diligence towards aviation safety. They make sure that all military aircraft are in good condition to make sure they are safe to use. Veteran defense journalist Manny Mogato said the government has been acquiring refurbished military aircraft. Although still operational, Mogato believes the training and maintenance program of Air Force should also be revisited.
Tingin ko, hindi pa natin kayang bumili ng brand new. Talagang mahal yan. So, partly kasama yan, partly kasama sa ang maintenance, kung gaano kaganda ang maintenance ng ating Air Force. Hindi natin alam kung talagang nasusunod. Kasi nga, dahil ko konti aeroplano, dadalawa lang yung lumilipad.
For now, the Armed Forces has grounded the other C-130 aircraft in the Philippines amid the probe into the Sulu crash. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
And the Health Department is confident that Metro Manila will achieve population protection by November. In today's DOH briefing, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres said that inoculating half of the capital region's population is doable considering our current vaccination pace. A record high of 1.6 million COVID-19 vaccine doses were administered nationwide last week based on the latest data from the DOH. Instead of herd immunity, health officials are now gunning for population protection in the NCR within this year.
Aside from maybe achieving 50% of the population vaccinated with COVID-19 among the population here in Metro Manila, there should be that among these 50% vaccinated, kailangan mataas din yung na-achieve natin na pagbabakuna ng matatanda at saka mataas din ang pagbabakuna ng mga taong merong mga sakit or comorbidities. In that sense, we can really say that we have protected the population.
And despite that optimism from the health department, several LGUs in Metro Manila have either temporarily halted or limited vaccinations in their areas due to insufficient vaccine supply. In a Facebook post, Makati City announced that the first dose vaccination of the A4 category did not push through today. Some inoculation sites in Makati have also been temporarily closed. Malabon City has stopped accepting walk-in vaccinees due to limited supply, and the same goes for Muntinlupa City. For its part, Valenzuela City has temporarily stopped issuing vaccination appointment letters to first-time vaccinees. Parañaque City will also be halting first-dose vaccinations until their supplies are replenished. Mayor Toby Tiangco said that Navotas City is still waiting for supplies to be able to continue their first-dose inoculation. We'll have more stories after this quick break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. More evacuees in Batangas are getting ill as the Taal volcano continues to emit record levels of sulfur dioxide. Meanwhile, the health department wants to intensify the information drive for Batangueños after the low turnout of COVID-19 vaccine rollout among evacuees. Romel Lopez with a full report.
Plumes have been visible all day as Taal volcano's continuous degassing has reached its peak. PHIVOLCS says that the volcano now emits more than 22,600 tons of sulfur dioxide on a daily average. 26 volcanic tremors, meanwhile, have been recorded, which signifies magmatic unrest.
Namomonitor natin, ibig sabihin, active pa talaga yung, nag-indicate pa rin talaga ng magma movement sa Taal volcano.
Because of this, many evacuees from Laurel, Batangas are now suffering from cough, colds, and fever. One evacuee, Simiana Gahan, sought the help of the health workers to tend to her 6-year-old grandson.
Pero hindi po namin talaga ginusto kami dito tumigil. Ako nahihirapan din po kami. Hindi po namin ginusto lahat ng kami narito dahil una-una ko natatakot po namin talaga COVID. Dahil po siya talagang pinagbabalita ang COVID. Nakakatakot din po yun dahil mga bata.
The problem is, even the health workers are not sure if these cases are common sickness or COVID-19 because of the similarities of symptoms. For now, physical distancing and other minimum health protocols are being enforced in evacuation centers. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III visited Agoncillo this morning to bring medical supplies like antigen kits and 3,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines. Duque also led the inoculation of evacuees.
Itong ating bakunahan dito sa mga evacuation center ay magandang pamamaraan upang maiwasan ang pagkalat, ang posibleng pagkalat ng COVID-19 infection. Although dito naman sa bayan ng Agoncillo ay napakamababa po ng COVID-19 incidence.
Agoncillo Mayor Daniel Reyes was inoculated to encourage constituents to get shots as well. 133 signed up for COVID inoculation in Agoncillo, while only 27 people registered in Laurel. Duque urged local officials to intensify their information drives in order to curb vaccination hesitancy. For News 5, Romy Lopez, we are One News.
Right, checking in on other stories we're keeping our eyes on. Education Secretary Leonor Briones wants the World Bank to apologize over its, quote, insulting report on Filipino students. The World Bank reported that 80% of students in the Philippines do not meet the standards expected for their grade levels, noting that the COVID-19 pandemic has even worsened this problem. Briones said that aside from using outdated data, the World Bank failed to inform the DepEd before publishing the report. And citing insufficient evidence, the Sandigan Bayan Special First Division has cleared Senator Bong Revilla of his last 16 graft charges in relation to the pork barrel fund scam. Revilla claimed that the dismissal only means that all accusations against him have had no basis. And the LRT2 East Extension project has officially opened to the public today. Long lines greeted commuters in Antipolo and Marikina stations on the first day of operations due to the lack of shuttle trains. Fares in both stations will be free of charge for 2 weeks. All right, listen up, Filipino drag queens, and ready your engines for the first ever drag reality show here in the Philippines. Cornerstone Entertainment revealed that the show, called Drag Den Philippines, is crowning soon. US-based Filipino drag queen Manila Luzon confirmed on Twitter that she will be running the reality show. Luzon rose to prominence after finishing as the runner-up in the 3rd season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Filipino fans showed support on social media, saying it's high time to put local drag queens in the limelight. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.